Okay guys, so today we're going to do part 2 of our 4-part series. In the previous video, I do a 10,000 foot overarching strategy of why it's so daggone important to nail exactly what to teach. If you haven't watched that, I literally think you should go back and watch that before diving into this, because you're not going to have the context that you need. That being said, there are 5 structures to organizing your content for a 5-day challenge. They're all really cool structures. I go into them, the overviews of those up in the previous video, in part 1. And so today we're going to dive into the first structure, which I call 4 pillars. Okay, so I'm creating, and I just want you to know that the examples that I'm using of these high ticket offers, like this luxury photography studio program, I'm not a photographer. I don't know anything about photography. I take fewer pictures than probably anyone that you know. And for the next couple videos, it's going to be the same thing, where I don't know what the heck those things are, but I do know how to take somebody's expertise and chunk it down so it makes sense in a 5-day challenge. So that's what we're going to do. So in this example, it's a luxury photography studio with a high ticket program. It's an 8-week program. The cost is $2,500. The big promise of the program: at the end of these 8 weeks, you'll have everything you need to build a thriving photography business that charges a minimum of $3,000 per shoot. That's what people get. So it's super important whenever you start mapping out your content. We always start with your offer. What is it we're trying to ascend people to? What do they want? What are we trying to get them to do at the end of the 5 days? With every quality offer or our ticket course or coaching program, they're going to be broken down into modules. A lot of times those modules are then broken down into lessons. So these 8 modules I just completely made up. Business basics: providing a luxury customer experience. Marketing to the high-end customer, offering products that your luxury customer wants. How to offer in personal sales calls, consultations, turning 1 client into 4, hiring a team, and how to book editorial shoots. That's what's contained in the main offer. So for the challenge, using the 4 pillar structure, we're going to pick 4 of those things and try to pull them out in a way that makes sense over the course of 4 days before you can roll out the red carpet and invite them into your offer. Okay? So over on the next page, I'm going to show you, or sorry, not on the next page, but my next page, you're going to have access, if you choose to, download in the description below, this 4 pillars worksheet. Just so you know, it's worth downloading. There's a whole bunch of other amazing stuff here I go into that's well worth your time to read. And I've got some other examples as well. So cutting back to here, this is the page that we're working on today. All right, so going back to our sheet. And by the way, we're doing this because I don't want to just give you the answers. I want you to start to see how my brain is working through arriving at the answers, because that's everything, right? Context is everything. So, all right. So if I'm thinking of because like, let's say I want to learn photography. So I don't know anything about photography business. So I just put my shoes right away into I put myself into the shoes of someone entering your challenge based on what I see from these 8 modules. So for the first one, I might say business base. I'm just rereading these. Business basics makes a whole heck of a lot of sense to start out that way. Market to the high-end customer, offering products. I'm going to tell you the ones that like sort of make me buzz a little bit. I think business basics has to be there. I feel like that just, like, you got to give people the foundation, right? You got to, it would make sense in the context of a 5-day challenge for day 1 to be, guys, you have to have these things in place before you can even start charging $3K. Let me walk you through what those things are. So that makes sense to me. These may change, but I'm talking as I think. Providing a luxury customer experience, marketing to the high-end customer. I'm super interested in turning 1 client into 4, I can tell you that. Might possibly combine 6 and 8. I think what could make sense very simply for here is providing luxury customer experience. People need to know how to present themselves as luxury. Like that makes sense, right? If you're going to charge $3K for a photo shoot when other people are charging less than $1,000, you have to know how to present yourself. That makes perfect sense to me. Yes, people want to understand marketing. That's probably my next choice. Offering products that your luxury customer wants, that could work too. Not so intrigued by offering in-person sales consultations. I can see the value of it, but if we're really trying to jazz people through a challenge, that one doesn't appeal to me. Hiring a team doesn't appeal to me in the context of a challenge. If I want to grow my business, it certainly does. So I'm going to pick marketing to the high-end customer. Okay, so I'm going to use these as my 4. So I'm going to go back to the worksheet, and we're going to start with business basics. Okay. Now you can see day 1 we're taking from module 1. Mini lesson topic is going to be, what do we got over here? Student system setups and legalities. I think both of those are important. Mini lesson topic. The easy, these may not fit in these blanks. Step by step. Actually, I'm gonna even, I won't say dumb it down, but I'm pretty much going to simplify and say that I'm going to go over everything you need in your studio. Everything you need in your studio. It's not to look like, to embody, I'm going to say, a high-ticket photographer. Everything you need in your studio to embody. It's basically become and feel like, to come across as though you are and feel like you are, and to be a high-ticket photographer. Okay? That's a bummer. It's not going to fit. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to recreate this in our actual Google Doc. So I'm going to go down here and we're going to say day 1, topic, everything, a checklist. People love checklists and simplicity. A checklist. Well, that could be the giveaway. Everything you need to embody being a high-priced photographer. Okay? So during that day, you're going to say, here's the top, I'm making this up, guys. Here are the top 3 to 5 things you have to have in your studio for you to even be taken seriously as a high-ticket photographer. So what my, topic is going to be the, I always assign an action item for people. So the action item is going to be take the luxury photographer checklist I gave you in the comments and make a list of everything you need. Okay, so what's the win for the day? What's the mini transformation? What's the aha? The win is, okay, clarity around how to start. Guys, this may seem to some of you it won't, this may seem super simple. You might be going, well, wait a minute, that's like the basics. Yeah, it is. Because you have to understand that you've already accomplished these things. You've already become this high-end photographer. You've already gone through the process. So what seems like second nature to us in our zones of expertise is not for 99% of the people that are out there, and probably 100% of the people that are actually inside your challenge who are attracted to what you're going to teach in this challenge. So we're bringing it back to basics. We're making them clear, concise, simple roadmap. Okay, so for me, this is a really great day one. You're nailing out everything that they need, because people don't even think through that, right? Like, well, I'm just going to charge more. Well, then you're not going to have much luck if you don't have these things in place. So here's everything that you need. You go through them. I actually put it together in this really handy checklist for you guys. I'm going to drop it in the comments. This is what you're saying during your 5-day challenge. Grab this. Here's your homework. Here's your task for tonight. That's what I should put in there. Oh, that's the action item. Take the checklist and make a list. Check off everything that you have and then everything that you need. So you have a realistic expectation. So you may have to buy some things. So you have a realistic expectation of what you may have to purchase in order to become a high-end studio. Okay, so that's day one. Just going to copy and paste that. So we take it down here. Turn this into day two. Okay, guys, so day two, providing the luxury customer experience. So after you have your business basics down, providing a luxury customer experience. What that means to me is I need to know how to present myself so that people take me seriously and are going to be willing to pay high-end prices. So again, I don't know anything about photography, but let's just say the topic for day two could be, it could be a bunch of things, but let's just say that it's creating branding for yourself. So it's just not the fact that you have these really beautiful pictures. Anybody can set up a portfolio online, but how do we brand your portfolio so that the second somebody lands on your website, or the second somebody clicks on one of your links, what pops up in front of them is like, wow. So to me, that's going to be creating a luxury portfolio. Here, this would be cool. So you would make people think it's easy. So creating a luxury portfolio from the photos you already have. Oh, so I can basically take my Toyota Corolla and make it look like a Rolls Royce. I'm in, right? That's a really cool thing. So an action item, and while you're talking about that topic, one of the things could be, again, I'm making this up. Maybe there's an app or a cool website out there, like, maybe there's a competitor to Wix that is, or WordPress that's specifically for high-end photographers. I don't know this to be true. I'm just saying that could be something that you walk people through. So the action item is, in this case, it would be go to this link. So you drop them in the link, right? Go to this link and sign up for and choose your Lux portfolio package. Okay, win, wow. I had no idea I could make my current work look so tantalizing. That's a big, like, these are 2 cool days, right? If I'm like, I don't know where to find my next photography job. I just started out doing photography, or I've done photography for years and I feel like I'm competing on price with everyone. If I'm in day 2 of this challenge and I'm like, wow, I already know how to frickin' everything that I need to take the next step and where to find it and how much it costs. And then day 2, I'm like, you mean I don't have to like start taking photos from scratch and building this new portfolio? No, everything that you got, we're going to simplify it and make it look phenomenal. All right. That's a pretty good win, you guys. That's a pretty good deal. Day 3. Let's dig in there, guys. Halfway there, baby. I just want to do this real quick. Great. So what's day 3? I think it's marketing to the high-end customer. Cool. We're looking for specific, simple, easy wins for these folks. So day 3 is marketing to, so it's going to be how to get, this is perfect, how to get your first high-end paying photog client. People are going to say, where do I sign up for that, right? You want to make each day like this thing that's like a no-brainer that people have to show up for. Well, how to get your first high-paying photography client. Whoop, that's supposed to go down here. So one of the things you might teach them during that is, here's the simple Facebook post I made that got me my first 3 clients. And you maybe share that template with them. And so I'm going to share the template with you. Share the template with you. And before you show up tomorrow, I wish I had a high-end photography client because I'm building a pretty cool challenge for them. Share the template with me, and before you show up tomorrow, I want you to post to use the template and post on your personal page. Let us know. So there might be, this is what I would do. There will be a post in the group right after I end this called client wins, and post what people's reactions to your post are, and share. When a simple strategy for getting your first client. That's pretty cool. All right, it's a pretty kick butt challenge so far, if I do say so myself, not knowing a damn thing about photography. And then turning 1 client into 4. Who the heck is not going to want to know how to do that? So the topic is turning 1 client into 4. Who's not showing up for that? That's pretty cool. And how I would do this, which I don't have time for in this video, but I'll go into in the master class, which I will link you to in the bottom below. There's a master class on what to teach, the 10 psychological triggers, as well as the proven systems and processes that we use to have these crazy high converting launches. And what I teach there is that on day 4, we want to try to pick a topic that like naturally unfurls a red carpet into your program. So I would start day 4 sort of talking them through, hey guys, this is what we learned on day 1. You have all the foundational elements. On day 2, we went over the easy way to create a luxury portfolio from photos that you already have. Really cool, right guys? Day 4, I gave you a template yesterday. A ton of you guys posted it, and you're already sharing that you have people wanting to get on a phone call with you to potentially book you as a new client. And day 4, today what I want to talk about is the process and systems that we use that turn one client into 4. And so how I would position this for the topic is saying, guys, it's really not that difficult once you get one client, how we turn them into 4. I want to show you the systems and processes that we use to make this a reality. So you could go and figure this out on your own, but trust me, it took me 5 years to figure this out, and I want to shrink your learning curve into 8 weeks. At the end of 8 weeks, what if I could, guarantee you 4 clients a month, at least 4 bookings a month? Would that be something that you're interested in? Would it be okay so you're asking them for permission? Would it be okay if I shared you what this 8 weeks looks like, where I can show you how to turn one client into 4 and everything else that you're going to get along the way? So like, heck yeah, right? Like, of course. Show me. They're kind of begging you at this point. Show me how to shortcut this process, please. So you turn one client into 4, and then you're showing them basically the inside of your program, the processes. Maybe you have SOPs written up, checklists written up for what to ask when somebody calls you, how to respond in emails, like whatever those templates and mechanisms that you offer in your program are. Then you'd obviously also talk to them about, look, I also have this cool offer creation system that's all templated for you, so you don't even have to figure out what offers work. I'm going to tell you what offers work and how to turn them into your own. I'm going to tell you how to book in-person sales consultations. Not only that, I'm going to give you a damn script for what to say during the sales consultation, so it feels like a normal conversation, so you don't feel silly. It's like, it works like amazingness. And guys, here's the cool thing. You don't even know this yet because we haven't even rolled into the program, but what you're going to experience at the end of 8 weeks when you start booking 4 to 5 sessions a month, you're going to want to hire an assistant. And then after that, you may need, somebody that's doing sales for you, whatever the case may be. So I'm going to show you how to hire a team, because at a certain point, you're going to be capped with the amount of shoots that you can do unless you have a team. That's going to be cool. And then we're going to wrap up that 8-week session with how to book editorial shoots, because there's some phenomenal money there. I don't have time to get into it, but I've shot for Vogue, and is Redbook a magazine anymore? I don't know. Redbook, GQ, whatever the case may be. So you've asked them for an invitation to walk you through everything that you're going to teach them in the program, and it's pretty smooth. And then the action item at the end of that day is going to be, if you're interested, in working with me for the next 8 weeks, there is a link to all the details, pricing. And don't be afraid to say the price on your thing. Like, just say it. Just say it. If you've delivered this much value, people are going to get there, are going to want it. Pricing, when we start, and I will also answer any cues you have now in the comments. When your client now has access to an 8-week program that will change their life. Guys, I love doing this. This is the way that my brain thinks. It's the way that my brain works. Hopefully you can understand how the 4 pillars can kick butt for you in delivering and nailing your content. In the next video, well, 2 things before I go there. One, the worksheet that I started to work in here, You can download that. There's a link below in the description. There's also a link to my masterclass where I go over some of these strategies in more detail. I talk you through the 10 psychological processes, 10 psychological triggers that you have to have in your challenge to make it convert like crazy. And then I also walk you through, like I do a literal systems walkthrough of my Launch Perfect. So if that's something that you're interested in checking out, there's a link down there. There's also going to be links to the next 2 videos where I'm going to talk about the 1 pillar 4 pieces structure. And then my personal favorite, because I created it, is called the stacked structure. Stacked is the name of my agency, Stacked Digital, and I will walk you through that with a totally different example as well. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day.